Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's roleplay Fallout 3 with our hero, Henry, and his life companion, Dogmeat. In the last one, we scoured the Museum of History, returned the Declaration to Ripid City, returned Paladin Crosses, holotag to the Order of the Scribes, and headed home to collect our little friend here. That's when we discovered an emergency broadcast.
It feels like you left home a long time ago, but I know you're still out there. I just hope you're still alive to hear this. Things got worse after you left. My father's gone mad with power. If you can hear this, please stop looking for your dad and help stop mine. I changed the door password to my name. If you're hearing this, and if you still care enough to help me, you should remember it.
Message repeats.
And we just picked up the Vault 101 PA system. Not good. Alright. Amada. Steve Armstrong. He's trying to get out. Jan Wilkins. Figured we'd show our face here.
Stop
Oh!
right there. I don't know how you got in here, but... Hold on. Wait a minute. It's you! I hardly recognized you with all the dust and grime from out there. Guess that explains how you got that door open. You've got more experience with it than most everyone down here combined.
Officer Gomez, it's been a long time. I need to talk with Amada. I got her message.
Amada's message? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd keep that under your hat for her sake. She could get in real trouble if people found out she sent you a message. So could I, just for talking with you now.
I mean, I just had a hunch she was in trouble.
Maybe. She isn't the only one, that's for sure. Ever since last night, it's been madness down here. Nothing but trouble.
What sort of trouble do you mean?
Let me bring you up to speed. It seems like it's been a mighty long time. The night you and your dad left, everything went crazy. Between the bugs and the confusion, we lost a lot of people. When your dad opened up that gate, he let loose a whole lot of crap, if you'll pardon my language.
Dad would be horrified to know all of that happened if he were still alive.
I'm sorry to hear that. Regardless of how things turned out down here, he was a good friend. I always figured he'd do well outside. Matter of fact, a lot of folks started thinking he had the right idea. He usually did. So, if it was safe out there, why stay down here forever? Well, the Overseer didn't like that one bit and started cracking down on that sort of thought. Guess he didn't plan on you coming back.
Yeah. So, what now? What's the plan?
I probably ought to put you under arrest and take you into the Overseer, but frankly, I know better than to try that. Meanwhile, some of your old friends think opening the vault is a good idea. I bet those rebels would like a word with you, now more than ever. Of course, if you want, you can just walk away as if you were never here. Out of respect for your dad, I won't even tell anyone I saw you.
Why don't the rebels just leave?
It's not that they want to leave. It's that they want to open the door and interact with the rest of the world. But that would risk the whole vault.
I see. I'll go see what I can do about all this.
Well, okay. Just be careful down here. The vault's changed, I tell you.
Really? Well, hey.
I really shouldn't be seen talking with you, you know. What do you want?
Could you lead me somewhere?
I guess you've had a lot on your mind since you were here last. Where do you want to go?
I need to see Amada.
Okay. Follow me. Wait here. This doesn't look good.
You know I can't do that, Freddy. Now get back down below before I have to do something we'll both regret. What?
Freddy Gomez.
Lock me up like you did to Broch? You can't cage a tunnel snake, man, because we rule.
Stay back!
Taylor, stop shooting, damn it!
Don't you know enough to stay away?
You almost shot
I
Freddy.
didn't mean to fire. I really didn't. I just wanted to scare him off. But he had a knife. I can't be too careful with those rebels.
What happened out here?
I lost my poor wife Agnes is what happened. And all the chaos and fighting, her old ticker just couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, well, tell me about the rebels.
I tell you, I'm scared of them. I never know when they're going to try something dangerous.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
We gotta go.
I guess you can see how bad things are down here. Sorry, where were we going?
Could you escort me to Amada? I need to talk to her about everything.
As chance would have it, she was one of the first people to talk about life outside the vault after you left. No surprise. She always did like you. I hope you can talk some sense into her. Or maybe the two of you can come up with some other plan. Just be careful about it.
Okay. Work is work. Yeah, that's right. I see you. I'm coming for you. I've dealt with a whole lot worse than the Overseer.
Watch it, will you?
Yeah. Come on, Gomez. Janice Wilkins.
Amada's up there, in the clinic, with the rest of them. I'd take you closer, but they don't get along with security. Good luck.
Okay.
Damn. Look who's come waltzing back into the vault. It takes some real balls coming back here after everything you and your dad screwed up. But if you've got to be back, might as well make yourself useful. You gotta help us.
What kind of help?
What sort of help do you think I mean? You must have heard about the changes since you left, right? The deaths, the lies, the whole overseer lockdown thing? Ringing any bells? Man, they'd have rushed in here long ago if they didn't know I stole one of their guns from when they issued martial law. Anyway, you gotta help us get out of here. You gotta help me get out of here.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm trying to help the entire vault.
Man, screw the entire vault. What about me? Even these rebels just want the option to go outside for lousy trading and stuff. I just want to get the hell out of here for good. Why stay here and be stuck as a barber for my entire life when I could go out there and make my own choices?
That's true. Well, what do you think you're going to do outside, Butch?
I'll start a gang, of course. Why, it'll be the toughest, coolest, badassest gang the Wasteland's ever seen. Hey, play your cards right, maybe I'll even let you join it, huh?
You have no idea how many gangs and idiot raiders are out there.
Well, they ain't seen nothing like me yet. Butcher's gonna take that wasteland by storm.
Butch, what do you do in the vault?
The damn goat said I'm supposed to be a hairdresser, but that ain't me. I'm a barber, you got that? There's a difference.
What happened that night?
I heard old Stanley complaining a lot of the stuff down in the reactor got fried pretty bad. Nothing too bad, yet. But he's always worrying we'll lose air filtration or whatever. Of course, if that happened, guess we'd all have to leave the vault then, huh?
Probably, but why should I help you, Butch?
Because you've always been a goody two-shoes. So when I need help, it's what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna help Amada anyway, right? Just make it so we can leave the vault, and I'll leave and never bother you again.
All right. I'll be going.
Catch you later. Maybe.
The clinic.
I never
Freddy.
thought you'd be back.
You okay, Freddy?
Hey, good to see you again.
I can't believe they almost shot you.
I tell you, those guards are getting nastier every day. One of these days is going to turn real ugly. But I'll be ready for it.
Okay. Well, tell me about you rebels.
The overseer thinks he's in charge of us just because it's his job? Well, nuts to that. We do what we want, and we want to open the vault.
What happened?
Paul got bit real bad by some of those rad roaches, but he thought he could tough it out. If we'd had a doctor to treat him, he might still be here.
Oh, Paul Hannon? No.
Bye.
Vault Tech.
Hello.
Hey, I never thought you'd be back.
Christine?
Wow, you're back.
I sure am. What happened down
Mom
here?
and little Monica got caught in the fires. I tried to get them out. I really did. But it was just too hot. I know it wasn't your fault, but my dad doesn't think as highly of you. You wouldn't want to hear what he said he'd do to your dad either.
Sorry, Christine. Tell me about the rebels, though.
I wouldn't call us rebels. I mean, we don't agree with the overseer, but we still love the vault. We just want to try going outside, too.
Makes sense. Okay, you be careful.
Bye.
Yeah. Susie.
You're alive!
Yes, I am. So you all are rebels?
I hate that this whole thing has turned us against our families. But we just can't keep living down here forever. I mean, look at this place.
Yeah. What happened?
A lot of security got wounded, and worse. In all the confusion, we still don't know who's responsible for some of them.
Okay, well, you be careful.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Amada, where are you?
Oh my god, you're back! You got my message and actually came back.
Yeah, I came as soon as I heard you were in trouble.
Oh, thank you. Everything's gone crazy since you left, and now that you're back, you can help set things straight.
Of course. You saved my life back then, Amada. The least I can do is help out now.
I just wish we could have saved more people. Jonas and the Hannons and so many others died that night. It was bad enough they died because my father was trying to keep the door closed. But then I found out it was all to protect a lie. I found out the vault wasn't always closed. They've lied to us about it for our entire lives.
That explains why I found an old Vault 101 suit outside.
I heard we sent a couple of scouts outside long ago. Maybe the suit was theirs. The vault was open for a while, but for some reason they closed it off when we were babies and everyone swore to deny it had ever happened. But then Jonas died, and they're keeping us locked in here, all to protect that fantasy of remaining untainted by the outside world.
Sounds like he's gone crazy with power and needs to be stopped.
You're absolutely right. It's not like we want to abandon the vault or anything. Well, Butch does, but he's too big a coward to go out on his own. Most of us had accepted that the outside was certain death, and things would always stay the same down here. But now we know they don't have to be. After all, it was enough to get you and your dad to leave, so there must be something good out there.
Why is the Overseer doing this?
I just don't know. Maybe he thinks he's protecting us, but all he's really doing is condemning us. I thought parents were supposed to want a better world for their children. Well, there's a new world waiting right outside that door, and we're not going to give up until we can reach it.
What happened that night?
The real problems came after you two left. The injured had nobody to turn to since our doctor had run off and his assistant had died. Now, we've got to rely on that old Mr. Handy for most of our medical needs, and he hasn't exactly got the best bedside manner. Ever had an examination from someone with cold, metal pincers? You don't want to.
So why don't you just leave? There's not much security.
Don't you get it? We don't want to abandon the vault. We want to open it. We still want this to be our home, but we want to get supplies from outside. Trading, exploring, anything's better than just hiding down here.
Okay. Okay, I still got some things to check out, but I think I have a solution for the vault's troubles.
I certainly hope so. We can't keep going on like this.
I'll stop your father and his guards. Just watch. If I can do it, you all can.
You will? Thank goodness for that. No matter what I say, he just doesn't listen. He just spends all day up in his office. But you've actually been outside, so you can tell him what it's like with first-hand experience. Just, please don't do anything rash or hurt him, all right?
Violence wasn't my style. I'm gonna try to keep it together. Don't worry.
I should have remembered. I was just worried. I don't know, maybe your time outside had changed you. Thanks, and good luck talking to him. Let me know when you change his mind.
Might be a hard sell, honestly.
Oh, it's good to see you're back from outside. It can
Oh.
be dangerous out there for someone your age.
Old Lady Palmer. Tell me about what happened out here.
My poor grandson Jonas died is what happened. They say it was just an accident and all the confusion, but I know it was the overseer.
Well, yeah. So you joined the rebels.
We aren't asking for anything special. The vault's been open before, but for some reason everyone tries to pretend it wasn't. I guess they try to forget the poor souls who never came back from out there.
Old Lady Palmer, I'm gonna fix this. Just you watch.
Please be careful.
Always.
Good to see you.
Dad's old office. What is that? Oh my God. Andy?
Another patient. What's it to be, eh? Appendectomy? Tonsillectomy? Hysterectomy?
What happened to you? All this blood.
Ah, yes, a rather unfortunate incident. In all the commotion, Miss Beatrice suffered a rather bad sprain in her left toe. The big one. Obviously, I had no choice but to amputate the leg. Yeah, I'm sorry to say the operation was not a success.
They made you the doctor?
But of course, with your father's departure from the vault and Jonas's untimely demise, the overseer had to take swift action. And so he named me the new vault medical practitioner. A marvelous decision, if I do say so myself. I am fully equipped, after all.
No. What? Okay, calm down. What's your take on the whole situation?
Human problems for human hearth. I don't trouble myself with such petty affairs. My work is my life. And, as you can see, I've been quite busy.
Okay, I gotta go.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Oh, Beatrice. Left toe? You amputated the right leg. Oh, no. Oh, the framed quote. I always wanted to get into this. Home sweet home.
Well, here we are. Nestled all safe and snug inside Vault 101. It's so cold down here.
How may I serve you, Master?
Hilda's still with Catherine gone. Oh, Catherine. I so wish you were here with me. How the hell am I supposed to do this by myself? Live down in this hole. Take care of our child. But this is our life now. So I guess I'd better get used to it. The overseer who runs the place is an overbearing bully. But I've dealt with worse.
How may I serve?
Patient files. Freddy Gomez. These are all dads. Freddy Gomez. Freddy's VDS, Vault Depression Syndrome, is getting worse. Most days he can't even get out of bed. When he does manage to function, Freddy hides his insecurities and low self-esteem behind a bully's mask. Vault-Tech medical protocols dictate the prescription of anti-anxiety medication when Vault Depressive Syndrome is involved. But do I really want to string the kid out on chlorpromazine for the rest of his life? Stanley continues to suffer from severe and chronic head pain. I've been feeding him aspirin like it's candy, but I'm reticent to give him anything stronger. He blames the lighting in his quarters. Though eye strain is certainly compounding the problem, the headaches are actually a symptom of overwork and lack of sleep. Knowing Stanley and the schedule this overseer has him on, the problem isn't likely to get better anytime soon, so it's aspirin indefinitely. Amada. Once again, the overseer has insisted on being in the room for Amada's examination, throwing any inkling of doctor-patient confidentiality right out the window. I know he doesn't trust me. He never has. But I honestly believe the reason he attends his daughter's medical appointments is because he doesn't trust her. That's as ridiculous as it is sad. Mata's a great girl, and the chance of her doing something stupid, pregnancy, syphilis, whatever, is so unlikely it's not even worth mentioning. Experiment 27 CE. The cells are still replicating normally, no mutation, thank God. If whatever's out there could penetrate this vault, I can't even begin to imagine what the Overseer would do. Experiment PP216. After borrowing a few more water chips and rerouting some of the power here in the clinic, I've been able to affect the latest sample. It's not much, but considering what I have to work with, a definite step in the right direction. But this new experiment was also monumental for another reason. It's the first time Jonas has assisted me. He's suspected forever, I know, so I guess it was inevitable, and his help has been invaluable. I just hope he knows what he's gotten himself into.
I hope you're making progress with my father. I can't imagine anyone else who would convince him we should venture outside.
Okay. Alright. I gotta go.
Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
They barricaded the atrium.
You've got to change the Overseer's mind.
Yeah. When have I ever been able to do that? Reactor, the upper level. The Overseer's office. Oh, and security. Sentence. Dynamite. Yeah. Confidential. Top level security only. Chief officer, subject raid on rebels. In light of increased agitation from the rebel elements, I have come to the conclusion that we can no longer afford to be merciful on this scum. While some may hold out hope for a peaceful resolution, it's only a matter of time before they decide to take the fight to us, or worse yet, our families. I propose a midnight raid into their compound, live ammo, zero tolerance, make an example of the first two who fight back, and the rest will fall in line. We may lose a kid or two, but we'll save the vault as a whole, and that's what counts. You are not to inform the Overseer and some of our softer security guards about this plan, as they will only object and ensure our defeat. Once the deal's done, they'll see it was worth the price. This will show those scum what happens when you step out of line in our vault. Unlocking the cell door. Raid plans.
It's good to see you again.
Mr. Broch?
It's been a while, kid. I guess the goat couldn't have predicted how you'd turn out, could it? Remind me to add a question about rescuing your teacher from the vault jail. If the vault ever goes back to normal, that is. By the way, while I was in there, I heard some worrying things from the guards.
Well, what did you hear from the guards?
I heard one of the guards talking about some sort of plan to raid Amata and the rest of us. I didn't hear anything else, but I think he read it on the security terminal. So maybe you can find more there. I'm sure it's bad news for us all.
Okay, well, tell me about the rebels.
Most of them are just kids who are caught up in the idea of seeing the world. But I know we've got to actually open the vault if we want to survive. Otherwise, we're just going to dwindle away down here until it's all too late.
Mr. Broch, what happened?
It's pretty rough, I'll tell you. I know a lot of folks blame your dad, but I know he didn't mean to cause all that. Don't blame him or yourself.
Thanks, Mr. Broch. I've got to go.
Watch yourself down here.
Yeah. Alright, Overseer Almodovar. View external contact report. The Vault recently received unexpected radio contact over the governmental Vault tech frequency from an organization calling itself the Enclave. Governmental codes are valid according to the Vault's ancient records, and the Enclave put forth an offer of amnesty and unity with the official remnants of the American government in exchange for access to the Vault and its data stores. They claim that our Vault passwords no longer match their records, preventing them from extending their offer in person. After a brief negotiation, I have refused entrance to this Enclave. Phew. Thank God. I cannot trust my Vault and its inhabitants to an unknown factor, much less one that would so gallantly suggest abandoning our Vault's great mission. All the more reason to prevent the rebels from opening the Vault to the likes of them. Security dossiers. Rebels. An alliance of rebels is formed in my Vault, dedicated to the wholly destructive goal of reopening the Vault to the outside world. Hamada and Edwin Broch are the leaders of the band, with those ridiculous tunnel snakes making up its muscle, along with a handful of other youths and naive idealists. Attempts to isolate and demoralize the group are proceeding apace. Edwin Broch has been jailed for his attempts to lead a direct attempt to open the Vault's door, and their members have holed up in the old clinic and schoolroom. Their dwindling food and proximity to the dangerous Dr. Andy are sure to drain the morale and their rebellion, until they give up and are welcomed back into our happy family again. You're insane. Amada. It pains me dearly to know that Amada is behind the rebellious element in my Vault. If she weren't their leader, it would be a simple manner to break their spirits and bring them back in line with the Vault's time-proven isolation plan. But with her as a central figure in their rebellion, I must refrain from the more persuasive tactics at security's disposal. I will not repeat the mistakes of that night again. That Vault cannot afford it. The Vault cannot afford it, and I cannot bear to drive my daughter further away from me. Despite everything, I take great pride in her natural talent for leadership. When she inevitably comes around, I feel she will make a worthy successor to the position of Overseer. Scouting reports. It's the same stuff from before. Operations. There you are.
Don't you know
Overseer?
enough to stay away?
What? Overseer?
Well, I see you've returned. Done with the dust and ruins of the wasteland, are you? Given up looking for Daddy? Thought you could just slink back in like a teen missing curfew? Well, that's too bad. You have no future in this Vault. You're tainted.
With your leadership, no one in this Vault has much of a future.
That would be where you're wrong, young man. By locking down this Vault, I'm protecting its future. In fact, I was protecting its future when I had to make those unpleasant choices the night you and your father abandoned us. I only wish I could have stopped your father before he left. If anyone's to blame for the unpleasantness, it's him.
Don't try to justify your murders and lies. Do you have any idea why my father left the Vault in the first place?
I've spent many nights asking myself exactly that. He certainly didn't tell me before he left. I blame myself, really. I should have known better than to let him enter our home in the first place. He certainly showed his true colors in the end. Were he raised in the cleanliness of our vault, perhaps your father would have shown more dedication to the important things in life. Just as well that he left. We mustn't let humanity's last pure specimens be sullied with his type.
At least my father didn't hide from the outside his whole life.
No, but he didn't risk bringing you out into it either. You have to wonder, is that why he left you behind? He wanted to know you were someplace safe? And then, like a fool, you squandered the greatest gift he ever left you.
The rebels are upset because you lied to them about the outside.
They have to understand that we did that to keep them from going outside and getting killed. To keep them from making the same mistake our generation did when we were their age. Some of us already lost loved ones out there long ago. We won't lose any more today.
I believe I have the solution to your vault's problems.
To fix what you started? Go ahead and humor me.
The rebels are right. You need to open the vault, Overseer.
Oh, do you? What makes you think you know how better to protect this vault?
You simply don't have enough people to stay isolated down here forever. That's it. You'll die.
I admit, in the 200 years since the war, our numbers have dwindled a little. But we have enough genetic diversity for a few more generations. My God, you're right. We won't last another 100 years, whether or not we get supplies from the outside. We're the last bastion of pure humanity, and we're doomed.
Humanity isn't about pure genetics, Overseer. It's about never giving up hope, even now. I know you know. I'm right.
I wish I could share your optimism, but I suppose you have a point in your blathering way. My way won't save our vault's mission, but if I let them contact the outside world, I might be able to save its inhabitants. But I'm not the one to lead them in that. I'm stepping down as overseer. I'll tell Amata that I can think of no more appropriate leader than she.
Fantastic. We will be taking the puppy's perk. Out of the way, Butch.
I sure wish we could blow this joint.
Amata, everyone, listen closely. After a discussion with your friend, I've made an important decision. In my attempts to keep us all safe, I have been, perhaps, overzealous. Lives have been lost, but perhaps worse than that, lives have been stopped. And in my attempts to keep you safe, I have kept you from growing up. I know I have made these mistakes, and I would make them again if I had to do so. That is why I cannot remain your overseer.
Father!
Amata, I appoint you overseer in my place. You've proven you have what it takes to make hard choices for the good of the vaults. I'm just sorry I didn't understand that earlier. Consider it one of many mistakes I've made.
Thank you, Father. I'll do my best to keep us all safe, inside the vault and beyond.
You're welcome, my dear. And now, if you'll excuse me, I feel quite worn down. We'll deal with the details soon, in private. Until then, I'm sure there are people waiting to congratulate you.
You did it! I just heard. My father says he's stepping down as overseer. He won't tell me why, but I have to assume it's something you said to him.
I just had a little talk with him and explained a few things. All quite civil.
You and him? Civil? I expected you to change out in the wasteland, but not that much. But I guess we'll all be learning a bit about the outside now, won't we? As the new overseer, I'm planning on opening the vault. This time, for good. It's a bright new day for the vault, but I'm afraid there's one thing that has to change.
Well, whatever it is, I'm glad to help.
I know you are. And on behalf of the vault, I thank you for all you've done. But there are still many who blame you for everything that happened. So I have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry, but the situation is just too delicate for you to stay. Please, if you really want to help the vault, you have to go.
Ouch. Oh. Does he really understand? We did save the vault, and she is kicking us out. Henry does understand. Goodbye, Amada.
We can never really thank you enough for everything you've done. It's not much, but take this with you to remember us by. It'll be a while before we're actually ready to go outside. But once the vault is stable again, maybe we'll see you out there. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. But with luck, we'll meet again.
Modified utility jumpsuit added. Just like Dad's. 101.
I'm sorry, but you have to leave. Goodbye.
Good riddance. Get out.
It's a shame you gotta go, but you'll do okay out there, I'm sure.
Well, I guess it could be worse, but if I know Father, he's not just going to change his mind on this.
You don't need to tell me.
You don't belong here anymore.
No, I don't.
Good riddance. Get out.
It's a shame you've got to go, but you'll do okay out there. I'm sure.
Okay. Well, I guess that's that then.
You don't belong here anymore.
No, we don't. It's crazy.
You don't belong here anymore. Good riddance. Get out.
Our entire lives were in here.
Good riddance. Get out.
Now like trash, like garbage. Wow, yeah. And they're not even ready to open the vault themselves. That's that. Back out here in the wastes. We'll put our armor back on. Hopefully that we can't get hurt again. Because I gotta tell you all, Henry's devastated. Now, with James gone and Vault 101 officially banishing him, that old part of his life is dead. Gone. And now, he has a long road ahead. Heading to the Temple of the Union. You know, part of Henry probably wonders if that wasn't just a power grab for Amata. Who knows if they'll actually open the vault again. They certainly won't let him know. Ah, yes. So, we'll head east, across the river, and then north to the Temple of the Union. But this is a fine place to go ahead and end the episode. As we continue on the road. A little bit of a shorter episode, but I think that was a very well-contained story. And I don't think that... what is that? Oh, a raider. I don't think that Henry particularly wants to look at Megaton right now. So, that will conclude today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today. It's been an interesting one. Oh, wow. Rebuilding America's Future Today. The Enclave. Change has come to the Capital Wasteland. What the... That is some tough armor. Wow. Whew. But yes, consider following me here on twitch.tv/Jeff the Narrator, or find me on YouTube as Jeff the Narrator. Both work, and I'd love to see you on both. But I think in the shadow of the little outpost here, Henry will wait. kind of recuperate until Sunday morning, where we will continue to push on toward the Temple of the Union. But I hope that everyone's having a great April Fool's Day. We've been recording for a couple of episodes now. Whew. I'll tell you. I feel like Henry has just suffered the biggest April Fool's joke of them all. Thanks for saving our lives. Get out. It's a shame. But he's got more horizons to cross. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wastelanders and survivors, keep telling stories.